Is she really as friendly as she seems? Or is something up behind the scenes? You don't have to take our word for it. We're tapping Princess Catherine's besties for the down and dirty deets. Though she's now become world famous as a public figure, Princess Catherine was once an average university student who fell in love with a prince. After the royal family announced that Prince William and Kate were engaged, several of Kate's former friends opened up about their time as students at St Andrews. Mostly, they say Kate couldn't believe the prince was paying attention to her. One friend told Vanity Fair, "She was actually quite insecure about her looks and never considered herself pretty. She was very sweet and very shy. Even though she had secured the most sought-after boy at St Andrews, she never gloated." Another friend relayed the story of the moment William made a move on Kate, recalling, "He actually told her she was a knockout that night, which caused her to blush." William and Kate dated for years, but they did take a couple of breaks. According to Vanity Fair, they briefly split in 2004 as they neared graduation. But in 2007, they took a much longer break after Kate told William they needed to either get engaged or break up. They chose the latter. Kate's friend, Emma Sale, later shed some light on the breakup, telling Inside Edition, "She was devastated. She held her head high, went out and was in constant contact with William. It wasn't a clean, total break." A few months later, the two were back together. While William and Kate were separated in 2007, she joined a rowing team called the Sisterhood. She trained for months, planning to join the team for a race across the English Channel. Photos of Kate in her rowing gear caused a tabloid frenzy, but her friend and teammate Emma Sale insisted that it wasn't just a photo op. She told to Vanity Fair, "Kate had always put William first, and she said that this was her chance to do something for herself. Kate started off paddling with the others, but I decided to put her on the helm because she was an excellent boatman and really well coordinated."
I love spending time outside, and that has stuck with me for my whole life.
But when William and Kate got back together, the palace insisted she drop out of the race. Emma said, "The whole thing was becoming a media circus." Luckily, Kate wasn't done with rowing forever. She faced off against William in a friendly community race in Germany in 2017. Since her marriage to William, Kate has become one of the most recognisable women in the world. She is now the mother of 3, the spokeswoman for several charitable foundations and campaigns, and the patron of numerous organisations around the United Kingdom. She is photographed nearly everywhere she goes, and her royal duties take her on tours around the world. But global notoriety was never her plan. In celebration of her 40th birthday, one of Kate's friends described how the princess's life has changed now that she's famous, telling the Daily Mail, "There is no way Catherine would be doing anything in public life if she hadn't fallen in love with William. She is very open about that." Adding that Kate is a fish out of water in a social scene made up almost entirely of extroverts, the insider added, "She doesn't want to go to parties and would prefer to live the quiet life at home with her family. But she did fall in love with a prince, and they have developed into a really good team." As members of the royal family, William and Kate have massive support at their beck and call. That being said, according to her friends, Kate refuses to let anyone else raise her children: Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Even though they have a nanny on hand, a friend told People, "Kate runs things at home with the kids and the schedules. She is hugely involved in every single part of their day."
You pitch a tent, take the tent down again, cook, bake. You get to the end of the day, they've had a lovely time.
Another time, a friend told the outlet that Kate also isn't afraid to discipline her kids when they misbehave, noting, "It's a normal, busy family home, with kids running around and knocking things over. When you see her behind closed doors with the children, she's a very confident mum, and she's no pushover. The children get told off if they act up." When Prince William becomes king, Princess Catherine will be given the title of Queen Consort. But even so, many royal observers expect she will be styled Queen Catherine anyway. Regardless of her formal title, it's clear Kate will be an essential figure in the monarchy. As the crown transitions in ways it hasn't for decades, Kate's friends want to reassure the public that she will make a great queen. A family friend told People, "She is ready to step into those shoes with ease and is perfect for the job." Another source close to the family added, "She is a focused and professional woman." As Queen Consort, Kate's future role will be ceremonial, but that doesn't mean she won't be essential. As Princess Diana's former Chief of Staff told Page 6, Catherine is just what these troubled royal times need. It's no exaggeration that the Windsors' future lies in her hands. Kate's relationship with Prince Harry has reportedly changed dramatically in recent years. According to Newsweek, the two were very close when she first started dating William. At the time, Harry reportedly called her the sister he never had. She would even cook for him when he stopped by to visit, but their relationship seems to have splintered ever since Harry stepped back from the royal family. Harry released his memoir, Spare, in 2023, and he didn't hold back about his sister-in-law. He claimed that Kate's alleged opinion of Meghan Markle soured as the British press began to hound her, writing, "I think it had Kate on edge, while putting her and everyone else on notice that she was now going to be compared to, and forced to compete with, Meg."
The way that I can correct those mistruths is by writing something, the truth, in one place.
According to Kate's friends, she definitely wasn't feeling Harry's tell-all. As one family friend told People of William and Kate, "So much has been said that at this stage, I think they just want to move on. The whole situation is very sad, but it's business as usual, and she's getting on with the job because that's what she does." On Kate's side of the family, her children have 2 living grandparents, Carol and Mike Middleton. According to a family friend, the youngsters love visiting the relatively modest Middleton home, which boasts a menagerie on the land, including ducks and chickens. The friend explained to People, "It looks absolutely beautiful. The children love to come and play." The friend also pointed out the similarities between Kate and her mother Carol, adding, "I don't think anything phases Kate. She just takes everything in her stride. A lot of this comes from her mum. Carol's lovely, and she just doesn't let anything faze her." Prince George and Princess Charlotte are often said to resemble their father, and in 2020, Prince William even pointed out the resemblance, noting that a childhood photo of himself bore a striking resemblance to his daughter.
Is that me? Because that looks just like Charlotte. That is incredible.
But Prince Louis more closely resembles his mother, and as a family friend claims, Kate feels the same way. The insider told the outlet, "Everyone always comments on how Louis is the spitting image of Kate. She loves it and thinks it's very sweet. She often jokes that he's the only one of her kids who actually looks like her." To celebrate the young prince's 5th birthday in 2023, the palace released new portraits of Prince Louis, tweeting, "A very happy birthday to Prince Louis." Noting the same resemblance to Kate's father, Mike, that People had pointed out years earlier, one person commented, "He looks like his grandfather." When Meghan Markle first joined the royal family, insiders hoped that Harry, William and their wives would get along great. Us Weekly even called the group the Fab Four, and as Harry wrote in his book, "I said I couldn't wait for them to meet her, that I looked forward to the 4 of us spending lots of time together, and I confessed, for the umpteenth time, that this had long been my dream, to join them with an equal partner, to become a foursome." Harry and Meghan ultimately exited the royal family, pulling back from any foursomes. In their Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan, Meghan claimed that she was surprised that Kate wasn't a fan of hugging.
It's like I was a hugger, always been a hugger. I didn't realize that is really jarring for a lot of Brits.
But a friend of Kate's went to the media to speak out on behalf of her affectionate friend, telling People, "Kate's a big hugger. She is warm and friendly and greets everyone with a big hug and a kiss. It comes naturally to her to be like that."